your hometown station, Thunder Radio, the only home of, radio-wise, the only home of Let's Talk Antiques. We got the guys here, Ronnie, Philip, David. Hi.
Good morning.
Try to act right, boys.
Hey, listen, she said no speaking off the top of your head, Ronnie. Really, what we're going to do is speak off the cuff.
Yeah, we're going to speak off the
Oh,
cuff.
my word.
There
Hey,
you go.
hey, listen.
I'm recording this.
I know, but listen, you said you'd be right with him. You meant me and you both. I'm going to go in there and help you. You don't want me to? Don't you need my help?
Philip and Ronnie
He's a
really, really,
negotiator.
really need you here in this studio. I'm going to slip over to the next studio. You do
don't
an
want me
antique
to- I
thing.
wanted to go with you.
Get all antique-y on it.
Okay, we're
All
going
right.
to do it right now.
I'm looking at an $8,700, $1,000 bill.
You are.
Yes.
Have you got one of those?
No.
Oh, okay.
I bet he does. I'll tell you what he does have.
He's got a line.
He's got a World War II
small line.
RC bottle. Does that count?
Yeah, I found one under a house yesterday.
Huh? Does that count?
Looked it up this morning, and they're bringing about $76.
Really?
Yes.
How many
Where-
houses you been under lately?
Where under the house did you find it? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, just in the front part under the floor.
What happened
Hey,
was,
we found another one a couple of weeks ago. David's got
yeah.
it now.
Here's what happens.
So
you know,
we found a couple $100 worth of stuff
Yeah.
under the house. We're trying to recoup David's,
we even found an ice cream
David's
freezer,
investment.
an old-fashioned ice cream
Yeah.
freezer.
Under the house.
Here's the thing, you know, when the workers and stuff would be working, it's no different than today. You know, they just a lot of them throw their trash.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
just
right
throw
there
it
under
down.
the house. They
Hey,
said
I actually
nobody
found a
ever
Jersey
said.
Gold. Somebody brought me a Jersey Gold milk carton one time. They found when they was tearing down the old Holiday Inn,
Now, that's unusual to find a milk carton
Yeah.
intact.
but it was inside the flooring.
Well,
Could
I've
have
got
been
nothing
protected from the elements.
to compare on that.
You don't have nothing.
I haven't found.
Hey,
anything
listen.
of real value in it.
Everybody knows that we use Antique Weekly. We like the Antique Weekly, and we use other different things. But Antique Weekly's got a really good story about hooked rugs, and what it was, it took scraps of cloth, like in the 1800s and early 1900s, the women that worked at the textile mills, they would let them have those scrap pieces of cloth, and say 10 inches long, just scraps that they
Right.
trimmed off, and they actually figured out a way to make really pretty hooked rugs, and I have 3 or 4 of those, and I think they're the neatest thing you ever seen. And we're going to talk just a little bit about it and kind of give them the story about it. It even says functional to folk art. What's that mean?
Well, a rug's a rug. It's usable. So when the chilling wind blows, nothing says cozy like a roaring fire and a nice rug under your feet. When the rug is a hooked example made of nubby wool and in a colorful design, all the better. Antique and vintage hooked rugs are folk art in its truest sense. These folk coverings serve a utilitarian purpose, but when care and creativity are added to the making, the beauty of a hooked rug or nothing are taken to another level. Sorry. No one is quite sure when hooked rugs first appeared. There's a school of thought that it was in Yorkshire, England, where such floor coverings were first created. Thrums, which are pieces of yarn up to 9 inches long, were often tossed away by textile mills at the end of the day. Workers were permitted to take these scraps home with them. The ladies, and often men of the home, pulled the thrums through some sort of backing, often burlap, to create floor rugs. In essence, rug hooking was a craft practiced by the very thrifty. Jeannie Stewart Anderson, author of Rag Rug Making, believes the technique of hooking woolen loops through a base fabric was used by the Vikings, whose families probably brought it to Scotland. While when North America is concerned, rug hooking most likely developed along the eastern seaboard in New England, as well as the Canadian Maritimes, Newfoundland, and Labrador. The history and lore pertaining to Cheticamp and Grenfell rugs are stories all on their own, and any article that discusses hooked rugs needs to mention these spectacular examples of the genre. However, the main focus here will concern hooked rugs made in America. Making hooked rugs was also never given space in any of the popular ladies' magazines in the 19th century. Again, those who had a disposable income enabling them to purchase a magazine did not participate in the low-class endeavor of hooking rugs. but it is understandable why the style of rug making is looked down upon by the upper class. Rugs handmade from scraps or whatever leftover material was available, sometimes that being empty feed sacks, did not translate into something the wealthy would want on the floors of their homes. So in essence, a fabric could not be incorporated into an article of clothing. It was usually made into a rug. In the United States, yarn was not a fiber used to make rugs. It was reserved for knitting and weaving. Wool was a fabric of choice, while cotton was not really used in the United States for rug hooking until after the British Trade Act was repealed in 1849. Rugs in a cotton or linen back began being produced more readily after 1849. Early 19th century Americans were a thrifty lot, and while they utilized scrap material to make inspiration for these patterns of these rugs was drawn from the makers, both men and women's daily lives, the flower garden, farm animals, and for sailors, images from the sea. The designs of the earliest rugs are charming as scale and perspective are often wanting. Flowers might tower over the farmhouse, animals over the owners. In the 1850s, pre-printed patterns became available, and peddlers often presented these to housewives they met on their travels. Edward Sandfrost is well known in the antique rug hooking community for providing early stamped patterns where rug making was made easier with pre-printed patterns. A downside concerning these readily available designs was that original designs became scarce. Knowing who created an early hooked rug is difficult. It's unusual to find a rug with a date or a place name, let alone a signature of any kind. Collectors often rely on examining the rug's foundation and the material used to help date a rug. Those created with purchase stamped patterns are easier to date based upon when the pattern in question was created and released. The more recently created machine-made rugs are easy to identify as being such due to their uniformity. Making hooked rugs was not reserved for women alone. Sailors made rugs exist, and during the 1940s this craft really exploded in popularity as it became a kind of therapy for recuperating World War II soldiers. That's not to say women were not equally as active. Taking a cue from the popular social event, the quilting bee, women also began participating in rug hooking bees. In the 1950s, rug hooking camps became popular, with Pearl McGowan being one such designer who hosted such events. Actually, McGowan is credited with rescuing the craft of hooking rugs. In the 1930s, McGowan developed guidelines for creating fine shading via dyeing strips of wool, creating a formality of the art of rug hooking. It was after a week of hosting organized and informative classes pertaining to all aspects of rug hooking that McGowan was asked to create teachers' workshops to continue to encourage and educate women about the craft. So the workshops brought hooked rug teachers together to learn and share. There are lots of examples of it. There's Folk Art Underfoot, American Hooked Rugs is a book. It's currently on display through, it's a rug, sorry. It's currently on display through September 2020 at the Abby Aldrich Rockefeller Folk Art Museum, one of the art museums of Colonial Williamsburg. Only 14 rugs make up this exhibit, but oh my, what beauties they are. The grouping comes from the collection of Joseph and Linda Caputo of Maine. So there's several places where you can go to where they're showing exhibits of these, and they some of them range in price from around $5,000 to upwards of $20,000.
I know.
These rugs.
Like I said, I have 3 or 4 that I just accumulated when I was buying other things, and so I ended up with them. I really like them.
I remember people doing smaller art things with them, but never an actual rug, that'd be a lot of
Oh,
work.
they're really pretty.
Yeah.
I bet you Juanita's got one.
And they're a lot more desirable too, just like the handmade quilts. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's another
I've
thing.
got a handmade
It
quilt
kinda-
on my bed.
That's what it kind of reminds me of too. That's how Americans are. They take scraps and make something beautiful out of it. Women are especially good at that kind. They're really crafty. I mean, they can come up with some brilliant ideas.
They still have quilting clubs, you know, here in town.
Well, and the thing about quilting too, Ronnie, not like the rugs, but the quilts. Actually, you'll see a lot of them dated.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they actually sew the date in
You
on
can
them.
sign and date that
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
easier than a rug.
Oh yeah.
Now,
But now, some of these rugs, like you said, the peddlers would bring the patterns, but there was a whole lot of beautiful rugs before the patterns.
There's a lot of pictures of them in the latest Antique Weekly, going from the 1870s
How about the
to
cat?
the 1940s.
There's one with a cat on it.
There's one with
no,
a
that's
cat.
different.
That almost
I
looks like
that little-
Groucho
I like
Marx.
that display with those patterns on it.
Yeah,
Now, that-
we're
that
looking
looks
at
good
some of
on
the
that
different rugs and stuff. Now, is that in there? So that's a display with the patterns.
No, those are actual rugs there.
Oh, are
There's
those rugs?
Yeah.
That's at a museum.
What are
Oh,
they?
They've
folded
got a
up or
whole
something?
bunch of. No, they're just.
They're just
That's a
tiny.
whole wall.
Okay.
No, that's.
It's huge. Then.
Yeah,
it has to be huge.
It's actually they're actually kind of.
Well,
big.
you know, most of the time the rugs were. I mean, they come in different sizes, but like mine might be 3x6 or 3x4s.
Yeah, some said
And of course,
for a
they do
chair
have
or by a
bigger ones,
door.
but I have a lot of the smaller rugs.
Depends on the use
Yeah.
for the rug.
And I have mine's kind of a rectangle, but it's got the oval at the ends. You know how they'll.
That's different.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
I wonder how they would end that so that it or make the end with the fabric to make it round without it.
Yeah,
seem
I don't
like that'd
know,
be
but
more
boy,
difficult than the square.
I guess it's just a pattern that they
Takes
do.
a lot of skill.
Same way like when they put the cat in there. You know,
Yeah.
think about that.
Well, I can see that. Yeah. So there's a cat with the flowers around it, and trees. But the trees are like go up about 4 inches, but the cat looks like it's about 2 foot tall. So,
Yeah, and the cat looks like he's got a Groucho Marx
And it looks
mustache.
like
Yeah.
it's bolstered in birds.
Yeah.
Doves, maybe.
I
Yeah.
thought those flowers, but yeah, those could be birds.
And
Okay.
of course, you know,
Well.
I'm seeing it blurry. But they look like birds from where I'm sitting.
Well,
I've got some pulled up here on eBay.
you got some. So what do you
I got
got
the
on?
same thing you got over
Well,
there.
we're going to take a break here in a couple minutes. I'd say. What time?
Well, there's not many
Yeah,
really good
so-
ones here on eBay.
Well, after the break, once we take this break after that, why don't we get into some of the prices of these
Sounds like a
$5,000
plan to me.
rugs
Okie doke.
that somebody probably made for 20 cents?
Yeah. So,
You tuned into your hometown station, Thunder Radio. Let's Talk Antiques continues in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back and we're talking about hooked rugs, and we've looked a few up, and we're going to give you some prices now.
Yeah, but before we do, Tiffany was concerned about buying these old rugs because she says you can't
She
wash.
said you can't wash vomit out of a
you
rug.
can. But you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And I'll tell you something else too. We was talking about bearskin rugs, and she said she wouldn't have one, but I come up with a good idea.
I bet she
You
would.
buy a giant flea collar and you put it on that bearskin, and then you don't have to worry about it.
that's what they've got all those bearskin rugs at all the honeymoon places.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
the
you know
fireplace.
you can wash them. You can wash a dog, can't you? So you can wash a
Lord,
rug.
yeah.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, no problem.
You ought to be able to get a rug of flea pill like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flea killer, that giant flea collar take care of that
Yeah,
one.
well, I give mine a rug pill because he's never had a collar on.
Yeah.
All
right, so what's
if I
the-
don't want to wear a collar, he ain't gonna want to wear one.
When you do an eBay search on hand hook rugs, now these are not completed, but the highest one on there, if you put those 3 words in, and it's $27,800.
I don't have any of them sold close to that.
No, what do you got sold?
I got sold was 3 matching antique, beautiful Priscilla Turner hand-hooked rugs, Oriental style. 12 bids for $960, which is still pretty good money for
Hey, by the
3
way,
rugs.
I just did hook rugs by itself on an eBay search. Now this is not sold. The highest one on it's 80 grand.
Wow.
I saw that one before I
That's
hit
also
sold.
oversized, said, so that's a big one.
Yeah, now that's one that Tiffany would have a problem washing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think she would want that $80,000 rug?
I don't think she would. I don't think she would.
I don't think that after 40, 50 years you would recognize vomit as vomit on a rug.
No, I think they would call it patina, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I think they would call it
I think
patina.
they would say a stain or something.
I think they-
minor stains consistent with age.
Well,
That's
yeah.
how I would describe it.
Yeah, I just call it patina.
Well, I'm going to start not buying stuff that's minor stains consistent with that.
Don't worry about the minor stain. Just call it patina, and you don't have to
there
get
you
that.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't even have to use that word stain.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hear
but
some
when
of
you
these.
add consistent with age, that makes it all right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got a-
it does.
Yeah.
So what we got here, boys, on these completed auctions on these? Now, how did you search at?
Hook rug.
Okay, so what do you got?
I got a hand-hooked wool rug by Sarah Gale. It says magnificent condition, 8 foot by 10 foot. They were wanting $1,300, and they got somewhere between $900 and $500 on it. So it's a big.
Now we're
range
talking
there.
about rugs that scrap material too.
Right.
Scrap material made them.
Here's one that's a Edward Fields picnic rug by Raymond Lowry, mid-century hook style pattern, and this is it looks like what you'd wipe your feet on when you come inside, kind of
Like a throw rug?
like a rougher kind of rug. They were wanting $1,700, but they got the same range of between $900 and $500. And here's a magnificent 8 foot by 11 foot hooked rug.
Now that is a big one. Tiffany would
This
have a
is
problem
really
cleaning
big.
that one.
$500 was to buy it now, and that went pretty quick.
Hey, but don't they have these steam cleaning
There you go. Yeah,
that
exactly.
you could use? You could rent one of them steam cleaners, couldn't you, and clean it up good?
Sure.
There you are.
Here's a vintage hand-hooked 100% wool flat weave Turkish-style southwestern area rug. I don't really know. That seems contradictory to me.
Turkish style.
I think southwestern is southwestern.
Yeah.
So they wanted $900, but they got between $500 and $300 for it. So
Well, you got there, Ronnie. You got anything to top that?
I don't have anything to top that.
Well-
I have an antique American pink floral all-bussin style hand hook. It's 11 foot and 11 inches by 8 foot and 11 inches. It brought in the $1,000 range. They was asking $2,500 and took the best offer.
Well, you know what? I think you just topped him.
Yeah, but
On that
I mean, I have 3 matching antique Priscilla Turner hand-hooked rugs, original family. Now listen at this description and see what Tiffany thinks about this. I read this a little bit earlier while we were talking. It said, these 3 area rugs have been in my family since new. They were ordered by my great aunt and kept in beautiful condition. They have been rolled and in dry clean storage. No major defects, bug damage, or fading. All tags are still attached with our family name as the purchaser. 100% wool, no visible spills or stains. As you can see in the photos, all 3 are in fantastic shape. 2 of them are 3 by 5 and 1 is a 6 by 9. And those brought $960, which sounds like a good buy to me on some excellent rugs.
here is it's a vintage latch hook rug wall hanging kit. So this is where the pre-printed ones, where you're supposed to, hook it yourself, but with the pattern, is 36 inches by 68 inches, and it says that it is comes with 90 packs of pre-cut wool yarn and 8 packs of 10-inch yarn for the fringe. 6 of the wrappers have come off, but it says it's all in there. So that's $340.
So they're selling you a rug and the stuff and a kit to fix it with? Is that what that is?
No, that's the pattern
Oh,
on there.
they're-
And so this is one of those kits where
Okay, it's one of those
The
kits
peddler
we're
would
looking at.
have.
the peddler kit. Yeah,
Okay.
but this actually comes with all the yarn you need to make it. So
Now, I'll tell you what I had up here. Let me see if I can find. Here's 12 Bucilla pre-cut latch hook rug acrylic yarn. And what it is it looks like 12 rows of that yarn. And somebody paid $1,095 just for that.
Just for the yarn?
Just for the
wow,
yarn.
I thought that was insulation you had put on.
It looks kind
It
of
says
like
it's new old stock.
NOS.
I've got a 1940s vintage hand-hooked log cabin style rug.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Probably got a log cabin.
But this looks,
Something like you see in a log
I'm
cabin?
positive I saw one just like this at my great grandparents' house when I was a kid. Now that I
Well,
look at
it's probably one of them peddler
You need to go
patterns.
hunting.
it, sold for $318. And
Yeah, but it's
my
really neat.
grandmother would never have thought that
Huh?
you could sell it for $318. But it's in really good condition. It doesn't look like it's been walked on a bunch. Maybe they cleaned it. Maybe
Yeah.
they know the secret.
Yeah, I've already figured it out. A steam cleaner will take care of it.
It
Period.
says excellent condition, no rips, frays, or stains.
Yeah. Well, I'd say if you use one much, it would wear out.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
it
it? So
would
you're
seem
right.
like it, yeah. Maybe this was displayed more than used.
Well, I've got a 8 by 11, and
That's big.
man,
That's a lot of work.
The other way, it's 8 by 10 and a half. Contemporary transitional teal wool hand hooked area rug. It's an area rug. Brought $750 on to buy it
I
now.
wonder, that 8 by 11, that is
It's
a
like-
lot of square footage to be running that one little piece of yarn through, then another little piece of yarn.
That's like what I used to get to put my coffee table on.
Yeah.
That type of rug,
Yeah. Well, what about it, Philip? I know you're on the prowl here.
I'm
got
good to go if you're
A
not talking.
vintage Claire Murray rug, long runner hand hook rug, 100% wool. This is really nice. It's I'm trying to find the dimensions on it. 30 inches by 109 inches. Okay, there you go. And it's got flower designs all up and down it. Very nicely done. Really, really good job.
That's a sharp rug.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
say I
almost
don't-
like 2.5 feet by 9 feet or something, right?
You
Something
remember
like
when
that.
we were going to the state flea market up there? When I was getting those rugs, there was peddlers up there
Yeah.
that had all those rugs.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Hey, are you ready to
Well, now
sell
these were
some
new
advertisement?
I need to pay the bills.
All
We're
right.
still talking about the rugs.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about the rugs. and
Yeah,
we
but
talked
we've
about
mentioned you
quite a
several
bit.
times talking about it.
Yeah, it's-
We got it down now. We figured it out. We need to steam clean them.
Okay, maybe.
There you go.
Maybe.
And we've decided that after 100 years, you wouldn't recognize vomit as vomit.
No, we call it patina.
Yeah, it's patina. And you don't know, you're none the wiser.
You boys wouldn't like this. I don't allow shoes in my house. I have dogs. And there's cats.
But no shoes?
Not in. I mean, but
What
like
about
the dog will
feet? Do
go.
you allow feet in your house?
Do you
Depends
put
on
the
what they
shoes-
look like.
Put your dog's shoes on before you let him go out.
I wipe my dog's feet
I do, I wipe
when they
mine
come in the
too.
door.
I
With
know
baby
it's
wipes
cold.
or what?
I got the little towel next to the door.
Oh, a
Wipe the
regular little
feet.
towel? Well, it looks like if you was very good with dogs and cats, you'd have them trained to wipe their own feet.
I'm working on it. Let's Talk Antiques comes back in just a moment on Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pickin' Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back now, and while we've been away, we've been having a really interesting conversation with Tiffany about the merits of wearing your shoes in your house, you know, and wiping your dog's feet off.
Well, I'll
We
tell
thought
you
we was gonna
what, she
tell
might
her.
have the right idea since you got grandkids.
But now I do wipe my dog's feet off too, and if he's wet, if he gets out in the rain,
Yeah.
I have to take him back there and blow dry him.
Yeah, well, of course, you don't want him jumping up on your bed with wet feet.
Well, I mean, it'll be cold.
He's
you know.
got like
Oh,
long
no,
hair
yeah,
too.
I just don't want him
his
jumping
hair
on my
drags
bed.
the ground, you know.
I just don't want him getting
All right,
my
so
bed wet.
hey, what about that dog one?
Speaking
There
of
you go.
dogs,
Speaking of dogs.
we got
Yeah,
a vintage hand-hooked 41-inch by 23-inch. This is a Boston Terrier.
it looks like one too.
Yeah, 15 bids on that one went for $207.30.
Now those colors are just vivid on that
It's
thing.
really nice, yeah. Here's
Nice.
a 70s one that looks pretty 70s. It's a latch hook wall tapestry rug, 41 inches by 30 inches, and it's all fuzzy. You know, so you can tell the 70s part of it is it's the fuzzy.
Yeah.
The
rug.
shag
It's
style
like
or
a
something.
it's like an off-white with a large brown sun in the sky kind of thing.
That
and
almost looks like a
couple of-
wool rug.
couple of strips of bacon on the side. So
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what that is? That bacon?
And a cookie.
It looks like
They
bacon.
were asking $200, and they got somewhere between that and $150.
I have an antique primitive hooked Americana. It's just a ship with a lighthouse on it, and it's done in like a a white and an off-white and a brown. It's really nice because it's folk art.
How many masts has that ship got?
It's got looks like three.
Three mast
Three
ship?
large masts.
Yeah, that's a big ship then.
And it's a 26 by 47 rug. It's got 20 bids,
See, that's about the right
$510.
size.
Nice looking rug.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I would want to hang on the wall.
Yeah,
And frame up and hang on the wall.
yeah.
Because it looks more like a picture than it does a rug.
We've got a vintage handmade hooked rug, floral motif. It says from Martha's Vineyard,
Oh, wow.
and this is it's nice, but obviously handmade, and it's pretty old. It says worn, a beautiful piece of folk art. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty used. You can see on one of the pictures it's got a measuring tape on it. See how big it is. It is 52 inches
A little over 4 foot.
by 28 inches.
Yeah, see,
There
that's
you
the
go.
right sizes.
So 4 by
Both of the ones you
Four
just
by-
talked
four by
about,
six,
that's
yeah.
perfect size for that type of
Yeah.
rug.
and they got their buy it now was $125 with $40 shipping.
That's probably a
little
good
steep for
price on that.
shipping.
Uh,
Well, that's why the buy it now is just 125.
There you go. That makes sense.
yeah. I have an 8 foot 1 inch by 11 foot and 6 inch hooked rug here. Brought $500 on a buy it now, and it's a like a checkered pattern with dark blue borders. Look like they've got little stars and just little designs in it. Nice looking rug. Oh God, there's a big one under it there. This is a multicolored floral hooked wool rug. It's done in black olive green and cream rose, they say. And it didn't hardly bring $500, but they took a best offer. I'd say it was close.
I've got a Claire Murray hand hooked wool rug with bunnies. It's an oval, 32 by 26. Rabbits eating strawberries. It's a really nicely done one. Okay, on the back you can see it. It says Claire Murray on it. So this is probably a pattern one of those. $128 was to buy it now. Man, $128. Vintage Scotty dog hooked rug. It's a dog with flowers, 32 inches by 20 inches. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. They were asking $150 and got between $128 and $100 for that one.
Okay, here's a antique primitive hooked rug with folky cats. There's two cats looking at each other from different directions. It's 3 foot long by 18 inches wide. Good colors, really good colors. I brought $450 on a buy it now. I have a another American hooked rug, and this thing looks like it's shaped like a leaf. You know, a leaf within a leaf within a leaf, really.
Huh.
They don't say much about it in the description. Nice looking rug, something different, $475 on a buy now. I've got an indoor-outdoor
Sorry, I'm
carpet,
looking at them.
brown boat, marine patio area rug, $429 on a buy it now.
I got a vintage hand hooked by George Wells of New York, the chapel at Hamilton College. So this is like a really nice oval that's a it's the chapel at
It
college.
looks like a chapel, too.
Yeah, it's very nicely done. $100 was the buy now on that one.
Okay. I have a Claire Murray hand hooked wool rug, garden trellis pattern, 7 foot by 9 foot, brought around $400 ish. And I have an 8 by 10 long, and it's about 9 foot 6, tropical beach coastal seashore coral sand, and it's sand color, and it's got corals on it and seashells, and it really tastefully done. Brought $399 on a buy it now.
Vintage lined Cape Cod, 34 3/4 inch by 23 inch rectangular hooked rug with a sailboat on it. That's nicely done. Showing a little age on it. So buy it now of $100 with $16.50 shipping. I think these people realize how much these weigh. That's probably,
I like that one.
you know, I think this $16 to $20 shipping is probably accurate for the weight of
It looks like you're looking at a picture.
It does. It's very nice.
Okay, I have an antique old Newfoundland and Greenfell hooked rug, and it's called a Mad. It's a howling wolf, and that's what it is. There's a wolf howling up at the moon, with some looks like a tree off in the distance. Brought $365 on a buy it now. They don't give the size of it.
Here is a vintage Shieldcraft latch hook rug kit. So this is another kit, 36-inch square. It has only been started. See the black? It's only probably
It's about
like
10% not done,
yeah,
not finished.
no, about 10% done.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's the rest of it's a pattern. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
the rest of it's a pattern.
wow.
So they've only done about 10% of it, and they've decided that's too much work for them.
Yeah, so they're gonna sell
Yeah.
their material.
$100 for the buy it now. What's the buy it now on that one?
They probably got more than that material in that thing. Yeah, from what the guy paid for that wool up there at the top.
Probably so.
Okay, I have a hand hooked Alexa Moroccan trellis petty point wool rug, 8 foot 6 inches by 11 foot 6 inches, $373 on a buy it now. That's a good size, a big old rug, but they're giving 30% off the shipping. But now this has got to be a newer rug. This is a newer rug. This is not an antique rug I'm looking
Yeah, well,
at.
it's just brand new.
Yeah, it's
There you go.
overstocked, you know.
Hand hooked. So it's hand hooked, but it's new.
Yeah, it comes from
Okay.
Overstock.
Oh.
You remember Overstock?
Yeah, yeah.
You
Okay.
ever buy anything from them?
I did not.
Okay, I have a vintage now. This one says vintage, so that means at least 50 years old if they know what vintage is. Shieldcraft Ready Cut Latch Hook Rug Kit. This is a kit now. Made in England, 36 inches by 70 inches, and brought about $375 or so.
I've got a vintage shabby chic primitive round rag rug, multicolor farmhouse style, 31 inches diameter. It is, it's just rings within rings kind of thing. It was went down to $40 with $20 shipping.
But it's got a red bullseye in the center.
It does. There you go.
Okay. And I've got an August Grove Talmo hand-hooked red-brown area rug. Now, this looks like a pretty good-sized rug. They don't say. But it brought $358. I'm going to buy it now.
What about if you remember the header up there? It has some different styles of rugs. You see what I'm talking about? The header. See what other styles of rugs you had there, and let's see if we can come up with. See, you search it in different ways. Like, what have you got at the top?
Well, it's all about how they list them.
Huh?
It's all about how they're listed.
Yeah. What have you got there? What did you just search?
I was looking at this latch hook. These are kits. That's a kit. That's tools.
Yeah.
That's instructions and
Yeah,
patterns.
at the very top though, up
Yeah.
here, when you're.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. And
That's
so,
what we've got. I mean,
what do you got there? You got carpet. What all does it say at the top of your header?
Oh.
Persian
it'll
rug.
be different
Persian
because
rug,
he
carpet,
searched
area
differently.
rug, fluffy rug, vintage rug, and
Do that vintage rug, and let's just see what happens there.
I'm gonna look at these.
I think we're close to getting a break anyway. Huh?
Yeah, we got something
Vintage
else
is
to do
gonna
after the
pull up
break.
Chinese
Hey,
rugs.
Yeah, but look at the asking price on that Chinese rug.
And that's not. Is that? I am in the asking price thing. $180,000.
So,
Let me hit this
they asked $180,000 for a rug. That's the top search. What's the top sold one
Yeah, let me.
in that same rugs? 5,000.
5,000. Yeah.
About 175,000 difference.
Long 10 foot by 10 foot vintage circle hand knotted silk carpet rug. Well, I would be. I'd be reluctant to spend $100,000 on something that I was buying off eBay.
Well,
Just
if you
saying.
was a person that collected that stuff, though,
Maybe.
yeah. If nothing else, if you was gonna spend that kind of money, I'd want to go see the product, wouldn't you?
Probably.
I
so,
really
yes.
would.
I would drive.
I would
and
go
look
see
at
it before I spent that kind of money.
Tiff, you want to take a break?
It's time to
We're waiting on
take
it.
a little break.
A little wore out.
What's
So
that?
you feeling worn out?
Yeah, we're good to go. I understand. These funny guys are talking antiques when we come back on your hometown station, Thunder Radio.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right.